First, I want you to start by rocking your knees side to side. It's a great way to warm up your back muscles for what's to come, and also it will introduce some movement into your lumbar spine, especially if you're feeling stiff today. For this exercise, I want you to have both your knees and your feet together, and while you're rocking, do it slowly. Lots of my patients tend to do this exercise very quickly, so take your time and rock gently side to side. As your back warms up with this stretch, if you feel like it, you can actually bring your knees further side to side now to get more of a stretch in your lower back. Alright, moving on to supine twist. Straighten out your right leg, lift your left knee up and pull it across your body. Keep your left shoulder on the ground. This stretch can be felt anywhere along your thigh, your bottom or your lower back, depending on where you're stiff today. I often tell my patients that on different days, you may feel it in slightly different areas depending on where you're feeling stiff or restricted. Bring that left leg back, and now let's repeat the same stretch but on the right side. Lift that right knee up, pull it across your body while keeping your right shoulder on the ground. This stretch is held for about 20 seconds. Now I want you to do this at your own pace, holding each stretch for 20 seconds on each side. The supine twist stretch is especially good for your lower back, your hip muscles and your bottom muscles. Sometimes when you're doing this, you may feel a click or a crack in your lower back, and don't be too alarmed, often this feels quite nice. Next, I'm going to ask you to do the bow and arrow stretch. You'll be lying on your left side with your knees bent, and you're going to pull that right elbow back as if you're pulling an arrow back on its bow. This stretch specifically targets the middle and upper back, which helps relieve the stress of the lower back. Return that right arm forward again, and I'm going to ask you to repeat the same stretch. You're going to hold it for about 20 seconds. Return the right arm and repeat again 2 more times, holding for 20 seconds each. If you want a stronger stretch in your middle back, you can bring the right knee forward like this. Now swapping sides. Lie on your right side with your knees bent and pull that left elbow back for bow and arrow. Straighten your elbow out if you want a stronger stretch. This will give you a pec stretch as well, but if it's too much for you today, you can bend your elbow and place your palm on your body. Return that left arm back to meet the right arm and pull that left elbow back again. For this stretch, I'm going to straighten my arm out for a stronger stretch, and you also have the option of putting the left knee over your right knee, which will give you a stronger stretch along the lumbar spine and the left buttock. And repeat again. Remember to breathe. Have you been holding your breath during this time? Taking deep breaths helps the muscles and the joints to relax while you're doing these stretches. Changing positions onto your back, we're moving along to a Piriformis stretch. Place your left leg over your right knee and hug that right knee towards your chest. This stretch targets your bum muscles. If your bum muscles are tight, that restricts your ability to bend your back, which means greater stress and strain on the lower lumbar joints and your disc. Hold this stretch here for approximately 20 seconds and keep repeating on each side, swapping legs. All right, let's finish this off with one more stretch on the other leg, holding it here for 20 seconds. Moving onto your tummy for Cobra stretch. With your hands underneath your shoulders, gently press up, peeling one vertebrae at a time off the mat. The stretch is held for about 10 seconds. When you're done, slowly lower yourself one vertebrae at a time back onto the mat and repeat the stretch again. When you come back up, do it slowly and with intention rather than shoving the body upright, because doing that will pinch the lower back and cause you pain. It can also pinch on a nerve and cause nerve pain as well. Come back down and then repeat the stretch again at your own pace, holding each Cobra stretch for 10 seconds. We're going to do this Cobra stretch a few more times before moving on to the core strength exercises for today. Moving on to core exercises with bum lifts. Tighten your lower abdomen and pelvic floor, squeeze your bum muscles and lift up. Hold it there for 1 second and lower down. We're going to repeat this exercise about 10 times. You're doing great. Keep up the good work. Only a few more to go. Next is our core exercise with knee extensions. Place your fingers next to your hip bones and straighten out the right leg. Carefully bring it back in, maintaining a neutral spine, and gently straighten out the left leg. Bring it back in and relax the core. The catch with this exercise is that you want to maintain a neutral spine. What that means is that you try to keep a natural arch in your spine. Don't overarch it, and also don't flatten your back while you're extending your legs. With each repetition, I want you to re-engage the core, extend the right leg, return it, extend the left leg, return it, and then relax the core and repeat it again. Let's keep going at your own pace and be mindful of what your back is doing. Keep that neutral spine. Hey, I'm just checking. Are you still breathing? Make sure that you keep breathing throughout these exercises. I'm going to get you to change position onto your tummy. This next exercise is core and swimmer. I want you to tighten your core muscle and lift up your opposite arm and opposite leg. With this exercise, it's very important that you don't arch at your back and that the movement is coming from your bum muscle and from your shoulder muscles. Alternate the sides and maintain that core. Great job. Let's move on to all fours on your hands and on your knees for the next core exercise. You're going to have your hands slightly in front of you and lean your weight forward like I'm doing here. Tighten your core and maintain a straight spine. The challenge of this exercise is to actually avoid sinking in at your shoulders or sinking in around your lumbar spine. Engage the core and maintain that hold. Lean back now into a cat stretch to give your arms and your spine a bit of a break. And we're going to repeat it again. Let's come forward, guys. Lean forward on those arms. Tighten the core, and if you want a more challenging version of this exercise, you can cross your legs as I'm doing here. And let's hold this position. Lean back again into child's pose to give the arms and the back a break again. It's so nice being in this position, isn't it? Hold it there, not for long. Okay, let's come forward again. This is the last repetition. Give it your best shot, engage your core, keep that spine straight, and don't sink in at your shoulder blades. Lean back into child's pose. Keep breathing, nice deep breaths. And guess what? We are done for today. Great job. And this is me in my room. Thank you for following the journey so far as I film videos for physio workouts. Practice 1 or 3 times per week for up to 6 weeks, combined with other exercise classes to get the best results. And for the next class, try this one.